liberty, and justice for all.
Some of you may not know who Citizens for Change is, and I'd like to let you know. Citizens for Change, we feel that change is essential for improvement. We are a grassroots, community-based, nonpartisan property rights organization. Our motto is, any question deserves an honest answer. Sometimes that's hard to get. Our mission is to encourage and promote Buncombe County government to fully represent the people under the constitutions of North Carolina and the United States. Our vision is that major decisions made by governmental officials in Buncombe County will reflect the priority needs, wants, wishes, and concerns of the citizens. Our values, core beliefs about right and wrong, do what is right. We have a website, an email address, a phone, and our special quote, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Margaret Mead. That's my favorite quote. Okay, we've had a little problem with the meters on wells, and there's a lot of misunderstanding, and Joe Sam Queen is here to tell us how
He don't say his middle name. You know, there was always controversy about these middle names.
Senator Sam Queen is here. So please feel free.
Well, I actually go by Joe Sam. Thank you for your time. Again, I represent all the counties around Buncombe except Henderson. Henderson's the bite of my donut, and Buncombe's the hole in my donut. But I wanted to come by today and just let you know that I deeply respect your petition on opposed to metering wells. I can tell you that sometimes as a public official you can get quoted out of context, and that's one of the things that sort of started this controversy. I called up the paper. I had a telephone conversation on a weekend. Monday morning there's a story. He's interviewed 2 or 3 other people in the paper as well. And some of the comments could easily have been misinterpreted. I got a bunch of calls that morning. I got a call from Talk Radio. I went on and talked with them to try to clear it up. I called the paper and asked them, reminded them of what we actually talked about, and would they mind correcting it, because the assumption that people have is that I am somehow supporting metering the wells, which is never spoken of in the interview, and I have never supported them and will not support them. So they did put a correction in the paper the very next day. I did send out a news release from my office clarifying that, and I'm just coming here to your meeting. Again, you all are interested in the truth. Peggy shared with me your mission statement and your vision statement, and I felt it would be an appropriate thing for me to come by and tell you that in person, because you all have been very active on this issue. Jan is a constituent of mine down in McDowell County. She has communicated with me. I've communicated with her, and I will share your interest and your petition with your state government and at the highest level. And I assure you that there was never any talk in the Agricultural Drought Committee about metering wells. It was just a complete misunderstanding. And I have since talked to every member of that committee, and there are none of them in support of it, and never have been. So you are really solid in that respect. I can say to you one of the things we have done in the Agricultural Drought Committee is we've gotten $6 million that's coming forth in mid-April from private foundation sources to help rebuild pasture and that had been overgrazed in our drought with fertilizing seed. So that's some of the things, and I'm just here to clear the air. If I can help you, I'll be glad to answer any questions. And again, I am your neighboring senator around Buncombe County. I try to stay out of Buncombe County regional politics, if you can imagine why.
Good for you.
But I will be glad. I am a regionalist. I try to work with Buncombe in the region because we all benefit. Our jobs are regional in character, so I benefit from Buncombe County thriving and doing well. I am a big supporter of home equity. You know, an average man in an average family in America builds most of their wealth in their home. Each of you want to build wealth in your home and your place, and I think that's exactly what we should do to build the American family.
Mr. Secretary, this really has nothing to do with the wells, but how was your vote on Jessica's law? Many of us are supporters of it, and I'd like to know how you're voting on that.
Now, did the vote come up?
Yes, the vote came up, and it was voted down again.
Now tell me, Jessica's law just...
Jessica's law would say that anybody who assaults a child, and sodomizes a child, rapes a child under the age of 13, we are not talking about 17-year-old, we are talking 13, would send 25 years to life in jail. And if they turn around and get out, that they are constantly monitored for the rest of their life. Why is it that we can't get our people that are elected to vote for it?
I am not sure. That's certainly an issue I support, so I'm not sure. I don't remember it.
I have been fighting for it for 5 years, so I am a little more active on it.
Committee right
In the
now.
Ways and Means Committee, yeah. I don't think it's come to a vote on the
Not in
floor.
the Senate.
On the
On the
Senate.
Senate, maybe
It's
not,
in the
but
Ways and Means Committee in the Senate. But you can help get it out.
If it comes out, I'll definitely vote for it, and I'll speak to the Ways and Means Committee.
that was a question I had to ask.
It's a winning issue. It's a winning issue, just like no taxes on vacant land's a winning issue.
Ariel.
I'd like to ask the good senator a question. Senator Queen, as you know, I've been a member of the state senate.
Yes, all right.
I served on the agriculture committee and the environment and natural resources committee. And the beginning of all of the controversy that's being discussed today started in the 1997 General Assembly with the Hog Bill. They renamed it the Clean Water Act. But that's where all of this started. Then it was followed up by the Interbasin Water Transfer Act, which I was involved in both of those. I was the only member of the North Carolina State Senate to oppose the Clean Water Act of 1997 for one reason. I was the lone no vote in the state Senate, but my Democrat counterparts from Haywood and Madison County, Representative Charles Veal, late House Speaker Liston Ramsey, they both voted with me, as did all the other House members in the mountains of western North Carolina, except Buncombe County. Buncombe County wanted to control everything. And in the committees, creating the 17 river basins in North Carolina. Then we come with the interbasin water transfer, and I sat in both of those committees where lengthy discussions were held, not specifically on metering private wells, but it did get into some of the discussions. There was issued a mandate under the 17 river basins that eventually every gallon of water flowing out of the ground in each of the 17 river basins has to be accounted for. And that includes private water wells. How are we going to deal with that if we don't put meters on?